Giants team get here?
46?
There was 46 on the roster, but I only counted 39 that was warming up. So maybe a couple injuries or whatever, but a lot of freshmen on that roster as well. So not a lot of numbers up at Marion for their team. We'll see how they play. They do have their quarterback has some really good stats. I mean, he's thrown for 214 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he's run for 344 yards. So Tim Jones, number 1, that's the guy that kind of leads them offensively and also plays defense as well. That's another thing that we'll have to pay attention to is they've got at least 6 guys that play both ways starting wise. So you don't see that a lot at the 6A level or at all at the 6A level. And we'll see how quickly they get worn down by having to play both ways.
We see the captains about ready to go to midfield for the coin flip. So, Rick, before we jumped to the senior festivities, we were talking a little bit about the Center Grove defense. And, again, I felt like in week 1 against Warren Central did a great job, just gave up the 1 score. Last week, a great quarterback and a great wide receiver at Carroll, and they really got some big plays over the top against that Center Grove secondary. So we'll see what kind of adjustments and improvement the Center Grove secondary's made this week in practice.
Yeah, they did a very good job last week of making Fort Wayne Carroll one-dimensional. I mean, they didn't run the ball hardly at all. I think they had maybe 20, 25 yards total rushing. But, yeah, they did give up the big play. Obviously, Carroll had a really good wide receiver that had 200 and some odd yards against them last week. So that's something that Coach Harbin in that secondary is going to get cleaned up. But really this defense has played pretty well. They got some big-time playmakers on that defensive line, and Cherry and Stanley and Bright, and then really the Hayes boys at linebackers have been really, really good as well. Just get a few of those things cleaned up in the passing game, and I think they'll be just fine.
Also, something we've talked about through the years with Coach Moore, quite a tradition with the special teams, and Dallas Corn Probe's off to a great start, kicking the ball, field goals, extra point kicks, and also first-time punting. And he's right around 40 yards per punt, but for the most part, the special teams play has been very, very good.
Yeah, I thought in that first week against Warren Central, he was really good. I mean, he was a big part of the, especially punting the ball. And knowing that, I mean, last year he was 10 for 10, Ted, but he didn't have a long over like 35 yards. So you kind of knew that you were kind of one-dimensional when you got inside the 30-yard lines. You had to go for first downs and score touchdowns, whereas this year we watched him in the scrimmage, and he was good from 50 to 55 yards. So Hickett's made a lot of improvements from a year ago at this time as a sophomore.
Coin flip has been taken care of at midfield, and now we're going to see the 2025 Center Grove Trojans for the first time here at Ray Skillman Stadium. And here come the Trojans. Fireworks presented by Horizon Bank and Ted Kitchell. No one does it any better on Friday night than Center Grove.
Yeah, it's great seeing a lot of people here. Obviously, not too many people on the other side of the field, but it's great senior night, having all those kids. They put so much time and effort into this, and it's important that we talk about them and their families and all they've done to give back to the Center Grove football program.
I thought it was really good, too, in that pregame talk that Coach Moore had, was how he talked about making sure Center Grove doesn't come down to the level of the opponent they're playing. Obviously, Ted, you played big-time college basketball. You understand that if you are playing a team that's weaker, at least on paper, you can't have yourself come down and all of a sudden it's a 7-7 game after one quarter or something like that. That just infuriates coaches like that. So Center Grove's going to have to be on top of things and hopefully be sharp at the start.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a really good team, you have really good leaders. I think that's something that's really, really important. And when they talk about senior leadership, they've been there before. They understand what the coach is talking about when you need to play at your level. I mean, you need to worry about your play, not so much about, what your opponent's going to do. And you got to make sure that you show up each and every night and play your absolute best.
That concludes our Sycamore Construction pregame show, our opening quarter being presented by IU Health and by the Barn at Bay Horse Inn, and our opening half replays presented by Reese Restoration. Center Grove will kick off to begin the 2025 home opener. Dallas Corn Props. Just talked about Dallas doing a fine job. He's got a couple of touchbacks this season. Back deep will be Clayton Lester, a senior for Marion, along with LaCar Bledsoe, also a senior. Good crowd. I just took a glance down below. Great crowd here for the Center Grove Trojans. Corn Props averaging 54 per kickoff. Again, 2 touchbacks. Home opener underway from the 2-yard line. Number 2, Bledsoe, and he's going to be wrapped up as he comes across the 10-yard line. Great special teams play by the Trojans.
Yeah, True Paxson, one of those starting linebackers. He's one of them on the scene there, along with Goins, Nathan Goins, number 3. A good job to bottle him up as he caught it on the 2, and he only got it out to about the 13-yard line. Tough starting position for Marion. I like the addition of the band, giving a little, feels like high school sports back in the day when we used to play, Ted.
Tim Jones, quarterback for the Marion Giants. Senior quarterback, 15 of 23 passing, 215 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's also their leading rusher, and he's going to hold it. He keeps it, and he's going to lose yardage.
Yeah, good job. You had the linebacker hit the fullback in the hole first, and then both the defensive end and the other linebacker was the one who took the quarterback. So he's just reading what the defensive end is doing, and he kept it but lost a couple yards.
Lost 1 yard. A couple of yards, I should say. True Paxson makes the tackle for the Trojans. He's Center Grove's second leading tackler, behind Frankie Hayes. Frankie Hayes was our Texas Roadhouse player of the game last week against Carroll. Across the middle, incomplete pass.
Yeah, they had 2 guys right in the same spot there, one coming from the right and one coming from the left, and Jones just airmailed that one a little bit. A dangerous situation there for both of those wide receivers.
Yeah, so much depends upon how much time Marion can control the football, and right now it doesn't look like very good.
3rd and 12, rolling right, throwing, and incomplete pass.
That was
through the hands.
Yeah, that was a decent pass there, just a little bit high to number 0, Logan Barnes. But you're right, Ted. You run the ball once, and then you throw the ball a couple incompletions, and then all of a sudden you look up and you're punting after only running 54 seconds off the clock. I think Jones is their punter as well. Looking at the stats, once again, we don't have a lot of stats on them.
Yeah, and you're punting from the 10-yard line, so Center Grove should get excellent field position. Actually, it was Jamari Johnson.
Trojans with the return. Sheds off the first tackler. This is number 8, Charlie Aune. Fine return for Aune. He's inside the Marion 30-yard line.
Good job of coming up and fielding that, and then he broke 3 or 4 tackles. We saw Aune last year on the JV squad. He was mostly at wide receiver. This year he's shifted back to that safety position there, but a good return from Aune.
36 yards on the punt, 17-yard return by Aune. Center Grove's first possession from the line of scrimmage from the Marion 28-yard line. Oscar Sloan will go in shotgun formation. Nolan Reese, the lone back. See Don Barry, the tight end, in that right slot. He's throwing and completing here to the near side. Sheds the first tackler and taken down at the 15. That is Aiden Francis, the senior, split in. Had a nice catch last week against Carroll. We'll watch the Reese Restoration replay.
Yeah, big cushion there by the wide receiver, and then he made one guy miss about 7 yards after contact. So good first down, good pitch and catch from Sloan to Francis.
13 yards on the completed pass. Football at the 15. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Sloan in the gun. McClurg in motion. Nolan Reese takes the handoff. Gaping hole. He's tripped up as he dives inside the 5. They'll mark him. Let's see where they're going to mark him at. Close to the 3-yard line. I give him 12 yards. Well done by Nolan Reese.
Yeah, well done by that offensive line. Big hole for Reese. You put McClurg in motion so you can get that defense to shift that way, thinking he's going to get the handoff. You just give it to Reese for the quick hitter.
Handoff going back to Reese. Coughed it up. Didn't get a clean exchange from Oscar Sloan. Covers it up at the 4-yard line. The Trojans lose a yard. That's one thing Center Grove has done through the first 2 games. Ball security. Just the one turnover comes to mind. An interception last Friday really did not hurt the Center Grove Trojans. That interception more like a punt, if you will, but Center Grove's done a good job.
Yeah, offensively, yeah, they didn't have that muffed punt, Kevin, so that's the only other turnover. But, yeah, offensively, just that one interception. 2nd and goal from the 4, end around, cutting it up, finding the end zone.
Biggerstaff. Touchdown, Trojans. Jaden Biggerstaff, the sophomore, gets his 2nd score of the season. Got his first varsity touchdown last Friday at Carroll. Gets his first one here on the home field at Ray Skillman Stadium.
Good job by the quarterback. Did a nice job with ball handling. I mean, they're really tight in there, and to get that to your man and get him over the end zone, that's exactly what you want to do.
He pushed it to the right. Cornpropes has been so good, and that one was not clean off the foot. He pushes it to the right, so 6-0. The Center Grove Trojans strike first. 9:29 left to play in this opening quarter.
Yeah, that one didn't look good off the foot. You're right, Kevin, because good snap, good hold, and he just pushed it a little bit to the right there. I think he only missed 1 or 2 PATs all last year. I think he was 35 for 37 last year, so very rare for Cornpros to miss one there. Center Grove goes about 28 yards on that drive and a little over a minute. Maybe a minute, 15 seconds there, and they'll kick off again with Cornpros.
Cornpros getting ready to kick off for a second time. Another busy night of Indiana high school football. We'll be getting to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard in just a little while. As Ted said in the pregame show, Brownsburg, Carmel, Center Grove seems to be the 3 elite teams right now in Class 6A. Might throw in Crown Point up north. They're undefeated as well. Dallas approaches, puts that right foot into it. Another nice driving kick inside the 5 all the way back to the 1-yard line. Once again, Bledsoe with the return runs out of bounds on the far sideline.
Those are really good kickoffs because, I mean, he's getting them right at the 1-yard line, and both times now Marion's taken over inside their 15 or right at the 15-yard line on this one. So you got to go 85 yards on that. That's pretty difficult.
Football at the Marion 15-yard line. Their first drive started at the 14, so Center Grove special teams getting it done so far, and you're right, set up by 2 wonderful kicks by Dallas. 9:24 to play first quarter, 6-0 Trojans, Biggerstaff. Touchdown run from 4 yards out, getting the Trojans on the board first. The quarterback keeps it, and he's going to be taken down on the edge.
That's Sloan. That's the freshman.
Yep. He's impressive. Ted, you're going to like this 96, Carson Sloan. 6'3", 190, football player and a baseball player. You know you got to be good, Ted, if you're playing as a freshman on defense for Center Grove. They're going to spot the football. He lost yardage.
Yeah, another tackle for loss for Sloan. I think he came in with 3 tackle for loss on the year.
Jones losing 2 yards. The toss to 21. This is Jaden Johnson. 35 carries, 174 yards on the season. He's averaging 87 per game, 1 touchdown. Best play from the scrimmage for Marion. He does run it to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they've run for 280 yards per game on the ground, and you're right, that was their best play so far from scrimmage to bring up 3rd and short.
Actually, they'll spot it at the 23, so he gets 10 yards on that carry. You're right, 3rd and a couple for the Giants. Jones, the QB, he pulls it, tries to get outside, looking for that first down marker. He lost it.
Oh, he got it back. Or
recovered by his teammate.
Yeah, his running back.
Johnson recovers at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you'll see right here, he tried to get it around the edge, and a good stick there. It might have been Paxson that forced that fumble.
Once again, we'll see the punting unit in for Marion. Onay drops back to return for the Trojans. Last punt covered 36 yards, but Onay with a 17-yard return.
I don't know how that wasn't false start or legal
motion. For sure.
Logan Barnes with the punt. Onay down the sideline. He's to the 30. And out of bounds, close to the 25. Another great return by Charlie Onay. They will spot him at the 25. Freshwater makes the tackle at the 25. 39 yards on the punt and 35 yards on the return.
A good job by the one guy, and I don't know who it was right there, 15. He made sure, I think that's Story, he made sure to not block the guy in the back. He saw that he was behind him, and he just kind of held his arms up, and almost like a block out in basketball that Ted Kitchell would appreciate.
And you can't jump, you got to block him out.
Reese gets his number called. He gets it to the 21-yard line. Coach says with Nolan, last year early on he was banged up, injured, just couldn't carry a ton of the load. But this year, at the moment, he's healthy. He's a year stronger, and his numbers are showing it. He's getting a lot of carries, a lot of work, and he's been very productive. 4 yards for Reese.
He's been fun to watch so far this year, and he's being kept fresh by those other 3 guys as well.
Oscar Sloan throws and completes to Eli Williams. It will be a Trojan first down at the 11-yard line. That one covers 10 yards.
Yeah, Williams' first catch as a Trojan. Transfer from Perry Meridian. Fantastic blocker on the edge. Good to see him get in on the action a little bit. First down catch for Williams.
And around Drake McClurg. Nice tackle in the open field. Just shy of the 10-yard line. He'll get to the 11, right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
He's down.
And Drake McClurg is not getting up. He took a big shot in that Warren Central game. He was fine in week 1, but this one doesn't look good. I think he's grabbing at that right knee. Of course, Drake, the wonderful baseball player, initially had committed to IU, recently decommitted to open up his baseball options. And this place here at Ray Skillman Stadium has gone very, very quiet. We have 6:51 to play in this opening quarter. 6-0 Trojans. Again, McClurg trying to get outside and looked like a pretty good tackle on the edge. And they're looking at Drake's right knee, and it's not
like
good.
The reaction from Coach Moore out there either.
Not at all. Coach Moore is out there, and you can just tell by his reaction it's not good. Drake trying to sit up. Now he's to his feet. Cannot put any pressure at all on that right leg, that right knee. Hear the applause from the Center Grove fans here on the near side. He's been Center Grove's top receiver. He and along with Don Berry this season.
Well, he's one of the leaders of the team. He's you talked about freshman playing. He started playing on this football team when he was a freshman. He was very, Very, very good. I mean, as you guys mentioned, he's a fabulous athlete. He's always been a great baseball player, and same with his football skills. And he's a really, really good kid.
He's one of my all-time favorites. Always has a smile, always competing.
His dad, that entire family, his dad was a great athlete here at Center Grove, played at IU football, and his uncle also played football at IU and played Center Grove. So they've had a great family and a great following for this Center Grove program.
Back to action. Completed pass.
Complete number 20, Roman Young.
Roman Youngs. He's a freshman, another freshman.
Well, guess what? That freshman's going to get thrust into action here. He's another extremely talented kid. Roman Youngs there. He's going to get some opportunities now. Good first varsity catch for him. Bring up 3rd and short.
3rd and a couple is the call. Back to the running game, and Biggerstaff scores for a second time tonight.
Touchdown,
8 yards out for Biggerstaff. 12-zip Trojans. Virtually untouched.
Yeah, did a nice job of following his blockers. And the hole opened up to his right. He took a right and into the end zone.
Corn Probst out to attempt the PAT kick. Missed his first one tonight to the right. See how Dallas does here on his second try. Hear the applause for Drake McClure as he's on the golf cart headed to the locker room. Much better by Dallas Corn Probst. Makes it now a 13-0 ball game. Center Grove leads it over Marion with 6:11 to play in the first quarter.
Well, good job. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, 2 very short drives. Good punt return set up by Charlie Anez. Big returns, and both drives have started inside the 30-yard line. Center Grove hasn't taken very long to punch those 2 in.
So once again, our opening half replay is being presented by Reese Restoration. Need home or business repairs? Reese Restoration has you covered. For a free estimate, call 317-954-5408 or visit restorationindy.net online. That's Reese Restoration, building trust one project at a time. Appreciate their sponsorship once again of CG Football. Also with each touchdown scored tonight by the Center Grove Trojans, Hobby Injury Law will be donating $10 back to the Center Grove High School Athletic Department, and also for each made field goal and extra point kick by the Trojans tonight, State Farm agent Eric Kwiatkowski will donate $5 to the Center Grove Education Foundation.
Could be a profitable night for the CG Athletic Department.
Corn Probst, 3rd kickoff of the night. This one might carry into the end zone, and it does. Well done by the junior. Touchback number 3 on the season. Center Grove's defense has been stifling. They were so good last week against Carroll from the standpoint of not allowing much rushing. Not much on the ground for Carroll. Again, they were very effective, though, Carroll was, with the passing game.
Oh, it really felt like to me that second half they really made some good adjustments. Coach Daniels dialed up some blitzes from that linebacker position to put pressure, more pressure on the Carroll quarterback. They didn't score a touchdown until the last 45 seconds of the game there. Center Grove had their backups in. Got the ball that was kicked off. It's still sitting in the end zone.
That should be Center Grove's football. They always use special footballs for the kickoffs, if you will. Marion, of course, has their football for offense. And now we're ready for play again. Center Grove off to a great start, leading 13-0 here over the Giants. We're in the opening quarter. Jones, the quarterback, fakes the pitch, tries to cut it inside. He's taken down.
Yeah, he made the first guy miss, but obviously when you cut back, then you got those two linebackers coming directly at you there, and he took another shot right there after a short gain.
Kobe Cherry gets his name called over the PA for the tackle. Also, I saw True Paxson in there as well. Got a couple of yards on that play. Once again, trying just to run it outside, trying to find some opening, some positive yards. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, Sloan again. Frankie Hayes was there. Wittes was there.
Jaden Johnson with the carry, no gain, 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, so far we've seen Marion's offense run left and run right.
Minimal gains up to this point. Tim Jones, senior quarterback, 6'3", 190 pounds. He's firing to his sideline, has a man complete. To number 2, LaCar Bledsoe, a senior, not very big, 5'7", good hands. Move the sticks, 1st down for Marion, 11 yards.
Yeah, good pass, good reception right there. Barnes came in 9 receptions for 109 yards, and he gets Marion's first down of the ball game.
Football at the Marion 33-yard line. We're inside 5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Jones rolling right, throwing right. Nice ball. Has a man. It's a completed pass all the way to the Trojan 20-yard line. Logan Barnes, the senior, good size at 6'4", makes the catch.
That was a really nice ball thrown right there. And wide receiver got a little nudge on the DB to create some space, but Jones absolutely dropped that into his lap there. Big gain for Marion. You got to get some pressure.
Defensive line has to do a better job of getting in and putting some pressure. On the last 2 throws, quarterbacks had plenty of time to find his receiver. They have to get after him and get him out of that pocket.
47 yards on the reception. Some confidence here for this Marion offense. Across the middle, the ball is tipped away by Frankie Hayes. Good coverage across the middle by the Trojans.
Once again, not a lot of pressure on Jones there.
Bledsoe, the intended receiver. Second down and 10 at the 19. Center Grove home tonight. Home again next Friday night. Jones rolling left. He's under pressure. Lost the football. Fumble. Trojans say they have it.
Stanley's got it.
It is Trojan ball.
Yeah, it's amazing what a little pressure will do right there. I mean, the quarterback was used to just dropping back, and being able to find his receivers. All of a sudden, when they're after you, push him out of that pocket, fumbles the football, and a big play by the defense for Center Grove.
I think Frankie Hayes was the one that punched it out, and then Stanley was able to get on that. Jeremy Stanley. So Center Grove, after giving up the big play through the air, is able to come up with a defensive stop from a turnover.
Trojans with the football from their own 26. Oscar Sloan, play action. Nobody's open, scrambles, extends the play, now looks for Youngs, and he makes the completed pass down the sideline. The freshman cuts it back inside, and now there's a flag on the play. Well done by the freshman, Roman Youngs.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a hold down the field on Francis, but it's still going to be enough for a first down. But a good job of improvising right there. Good job by the offensive line. And then Sloan just tells Youngs to go out a little bit. Man, he buried him. I don't know if that was a hold or not. Francis had his hands inside, and he just absolutely dropped the DB that was trying to come up and make the tackle.
It went for 41 yards, and now with the penalty, they're going to put it at the Center Grove 44-yard line. It is a first down for the Trojans.
Big time play by your young quarterback, though. It looked like he was going to tuck it and run, and he had some room, and then to throw the little pass that he did and pick up another 15 or 20 yards. Just a really, really good play.
Delayed handoff going to Nolan Reese. He's to the 40, chopped down in the secondary. Another first down for the Trojans.
Huge hole on that left side. We've talked about them all year. Big CJ Cyphers, the IU commit, and big Brady Weber beside him, number 54, the Ball State commit. Look at this hole coming right at you on that left side. Don Barry came from the opposite slot back position to deliver a blow as well, and a big hole for Reese.
18 yards for Nolan Reese at the Marion 38-yard line. Sloan rolling right. The sophomore quarterback will fake the pass, keeps it, gets it to the 34, 4 yards for the sophomore.
Probably also something that Coach Moore doesn't want to see too much of. Oscar kind of scrambling a little bit there. Remember, the backup quarterbacks are two freshmen.
Also, once again, Hudson Industrial Services will be donating $5 for each turnover the Trojans come up with tonight. Fumble, recovery, interception, sack. That money going to the Center Grove Education Foundation. Center Grove just forced that fumble in that last defensive sequence. And now going down the sideline, it's going to be a touchdown. Sloan goes a perfect pass for the touchdown to Cade Timmons. Timmons' first touchdown.
Man, little stop and go right there, and Timmons just absolutely blitzed his cornerback. And the funny thing was Eli Williams on the opposite side did the same thing, so both those guys were wide open, and Timmons gets his first varsity touchdown on senior night. Sloan also gets his first varsity touchdown passing.
And the extra point kick is good by Corn Propes. Center Grove leads at 20-0. Rick, I'm with you. I love it. Having the high school band, they're in the end zone.
I think it's fantastic. If I had the band directors, I think it's a new band director. If I had his name, I'd be saying his name right now, because this is fantastic. Haven't had that for a few years, Kevin.
Ted, just your impression. Center Grove looking awfully good.
Yeah, I'm really not surprised. I thought they would really dominate this Marion team. They're undermanned, and Center Grove is a much better football team. But still, you have to come out here and do it. And they've done a nice job of controlling the offensive line, which is always under Eric Moore. The most important thing are your offensive and your defensive lines. You've got to, if you expect to win and win championships and win big, you have to control those. And over the years, they've continued to dominate both lines.
Dallas Corn Propes, he's been busy here in this opening half. A lot of kickoffs, extra point kicks. This one into the end zone again. A couple of touchbacks tonight. He's got 4 on the season. Well done. Giants will set up camp from their own 20. Big day tomorrow for the Center Grove football freshman and junior varsity teams. They're going to go play at Carmel. Freshman game at 9 o'clock. JV will follow at 11.
Yeah, and obviously those will be 2 of their toughest matchups of the year. Both those teams undefeated through 2 weeks, but I think Mr. Wright's got things turned around up on the north side at Carmel after several down years actually from them. It's amazing what a difference a coach can make, and he's well on his way to turning that program around.
Scoring a lot of points in their first 2 weeks. Center Grove will play Carmel next year. The varsity team, I think it's going to be in week 5. They'll play at Carmel next year. Jones, the QB, in shotgun. He fakes the handoff, runs right behind his running back. Good yardage on first down to the 26-yard line. Give him 6.
Jones on the quarterback keeper.
We got the best viewers, Kevin. Ask and ye shall receive. Reggie Humphrey is the new director of bands for the high school. So our loyal listeners quickly texted me with the name of that gentleman. But kudos to him for bringing the band back on Friday nights.
Jones, the quarterback, runs it, sits down before he takes the big hit. They're going to spot him at the 28, so give him a couple of yards. 3rd and a couple coming up here for the Giants with 2 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. Jones coming into tonight's game, the quarterback, 44 carries, 344 yards rushing. He's averaging 178 per game, a couple of touchdowns.
That is a lot of carries from your quarterback.
44 in 2 games.
He's a big kid, though, 6'3", 190. He's not slight of nature, or stature, I should say.
3rd and a couple. Jones is going to roll left, sets the feet, fires to his sideline, overshoots his man. It's going to be a penalty against the Trojans.
He didn't need to do that either. The ball was 3 feet over his head.
The center field defender hit him out of bounds, and they're going to say it was not catchable and that hit wasn't necessary per the officials. So this should be a first down for Marion. The referees, though, are conferring unless it gets changed. Sometimes a defender has his back to the pass, doesn't always know exactly if the pass is going to be caught or if it's high. They just know when the hands go up that they hit. The offensive player, it's going to be a personal foul against Center Grove. So first down for the Giants. Football at the Marion 43.
That penalty will give a first down to the Giants.
So this extends Marion's offensive drive with 90 seconds left to play first quarter. Jones once again keeps it. Gets a couple of yards to the 45.
Yeah, you're supposed to read that defensive end. The problem is the defensive end is on both of those guys. So he's trying to decide whether to hand that off or to keep it, in that defensive end on that side, which I think was Lincoln Bright over there, had a hold of both of them, and so he just decided to keep it and try to get any kind of positive yardage.
On that D-line for the Trojans, you're talking about Kobe Cherry, Jeremy Stanley, Lincoln Bright, Cam Linder. Carson Sloan mentioned his name already tonight once, the freshman. Middle of the field with time. Beautiful ball, batted down. Great defense in the secondary by the Trojans.
Pass intended for Logan Barnes, incomplete. Nice coverage on the play from Jackson Burnett.
Jackson Burnett is the one that knocked it down for the Center Grove Trojans.
Yeah, he did a good job of coming in front of him because he was kind of pinned on his backside, and then at the last minute kind of stepped in front of him to try to knock that one away.
3rd and 9 for the Giants. Craig Chambers, head coach for Marion. Takes a big drop, takes a big hit as well. That's Paxson with the big hit. Incomplete pass. Couldn't really step into it because Paxson was in his face.
Yeah, you see it right here. Both Paxson and Frankie Hayes blitzing in the middle, and Paxson gets to him first. And you're right. That was I got to get rid of this ball or I'm going to get absolutely walloped. And he got both of them. Now they're trying to decide. There's no way they're going to go for this. 4th and 9. So
Coach Chambers in his 7th season with Marion, 43-27 his record. He's in his 13th year overall coaching, 75 wins, 61 losses.
Nobody deep for Center Grove. They're just going to let that one bounce.
It'll
It's a good punt.
go to the 16-yard line. .31 seconds left. Opening quarter. All Center Grove 20-0. 40 yards on the punt. Coach Eric Moore now in his 27th season for the Center Grove Trojans. 257 wins, 81 losses for Coach Moore here at Center Grove. 61-9, the record for the Trojans here in this decade. 87% winning percentage in the 20s. So impressive. Whistles on the field. Timeout called by the Giants. So we got the Giants tonight. We got the Giants next Friday night.
Both purple teams.
Purple Rain, that's right.
Ben Davis is off to a little bit of a rough start. We were talking about that earlier. Got shut out by Cathedral 8-0 in week 1, and last week they got handled by Avon 3 touchdowns or so. So they're off to a little bit of a slow start. Their quarterback went over to Warren Central, and obviously their best player from a year ago, Mark Zachary, saw him on Sunday night in that Notre Dame-Miami game, Ted. He got in on the action when their starting cornerback got hurt at the start of the game, and here comes Zachary, and that kid was an unbelievable talent, both defensively and offensively for Ben Davis. So they're going through a little bit of a rebuild over there on the west side.
Actually, we got some scores. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard.
Wow.
Brownsburg blowing out Franklin Central. HCC opener. Carmel winning big over Noblesville. Actually, Centerville, Ohio, excuse me. Avon at HSE. That's a good one. Here at Ray Skillman Stadium, it's 20-0. Center Grove leads the Marion Giants.
Brownsburg appears to be the one that everybody's after. They put a lot of points on the board, and they seem to do it with quite ease.
Trojans from their own 16. Is that the freshman again?
Youngs again. Third
Youngs.
catch.
Getting his number called quite a bit. Again, if you're just now joining us, unfortunately, Drake McClurg, the great Drake McClurg, was injured early on in this quarter and had to be helped off. It appeared to be a right knee injury. Taken to the locker room, did not look good at all. So Roman Young's getting an opportunity. 7 yards on the catch for Youngs. And that's your final play of the first quarter. What a great start for the Center Grove Trojans. They lead at 20-0 over Marion. First time the Giants have ever been here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Tonight's game presented by IU Health. This is Trojan Football. Inside Ray Skillman Stadium underway here in the second quarter. Nolan Reese just went on an 11-yard run. Now we see Ricky Lange for the first time tonight trying to get outside, push out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Center Grove leads Marion here at Reese season in the home opener, 20-0. Ricky Lange gets 1 yard to bring up second down and 9. Football at the Trojan 35-yard line. Biggerstaff, couple of touchdowns in that opening quarter for the Trojans. And how about Cade Timmons, his first touchdown as a varsity player, 34-yard touchdown reception. Also, we should say that's the first touchdown pass for the sophomore quarterback, Oscar Sloan. And I believe that's his first varsity touchdown as well. And
Timmons is trying to get away there. Good job by the Marion DB to just hang on for dear life. And then he had his safety come up to deliver another shot to Timmons.
7 yards for Cade Timmons. Rick, I don't believe Sloan had a throwing touchdown last season as a freshman, so that's his first touchdown as a varsity player back in the first quarter.
Oscar, extremely talented. We talked about he's already got offers from Cincinnati, Minnesota, and my Boilermakers. He was up at Purdue last Saturday for their win over Ball State.
6 yards for Timmons. Back to Nolan Reese. Runs it right up the middle for the first down. Gets it to the 47. Give him 6 yards.
Reese has had another good start to this ball game, and we already talked about the yardage that he's had over the first 2 games. He's been really, really good.
Sloan in the gun. Handoff. That's Hudson Winkler. First time tonight. Rips out of a tackle and finally gets tripped up. Otherwise, he might go the distance. Gets tripped up at around the 30, 31-yard line and then stumbles. They're going to mark him at the 28-yard line. 25 yards for Winkler.
Winkler's been really good. We talked about that four-headed monster, Winkler, Lange, Biggerstaff, and Reese, obviously, in these first 3 weeks. And Coach Moore talked about it on our Saturday football a couple weeks ago, how he's really going to ride those guys.
New set of downs, Ricky Lange, sophomore, carries inside the 25 to the 24. 4 yards for Ricky Lange. Coach talked about it the last couple of weeks. Yeah, going with the 4 running backs. We saw a lot of Reese and Biggerstaff in the opening quarter. Now we're starting to see Lange and Winkler here in quarter number 2. And last week we saw Winkler in the second half quite a bit. I felt like he had some fresh legs and did a good job.
Winkler's kind of like that. I think I called him last week the Maurice Jones-Drew a little bit. Kind of a shorter kind of bowling ball.
Pass complete. Good coverage on the edge by the Marion Giants. Timmons makes the reception and a really good tackle by T.J. Curry, a 5'11 senior DB. Timmons with a couple of yards.
Yeah, most importantly, Timmons came back to get that ball because that was kind of hanging up in the air a little bit and the DB was breaking on it. Good job by Cade to come up back and get the ball even though it was for a short gain.
3rd and 3, the call for Coach Moore and the Trojans at the Marion 21-yard line. Trojans going to try to run for the first down with Nolan Reese. He's got the first down. He's looking for the end zone to the 5. Stiff arm inside the pylon. He's in the end zone, I believe.
Yeah, he got face mask. I hope he's okay.
And now Reese is down in the end zone. They're indicating, at least they're saying over the PA, touchdown, but Reese is down in the end zone. He might have been, like you said, a face mask situation.
I hope his foot didn't get stuck on the turf as he was getting grabbed by the face mask.
And the trainers come out to take a look at Nolan Reese in the end zone. He is down. Center Grove's top running back so far this season. Of course, Drake McClurg, the top receiver, already injured in the first quarter. Again, over the PA, they said touchdown that I never did see.
He just did.
He did indicate touchdown.
The white hat just showed touchdown. And
so touchdown for the Trojans. That's Reese from, 21 yards out. And there was a flag on the play.
So was clear that it was a face mask. The guy grabbed him on about the 3, and then he kind of carried him. Oh, that's very good news to see him up. And
so no one walking off under his own power, so obviously that's always a good sign. It is a touchdown. It's unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Marion. Could they assess that on the kickoff?
Either kickoff, or can you go half the distance on this? But it looks like they're going to assess it on the kickoff.
Very good drive by Center Grove right there. I think they took it almost 80 yards, and they were both passing and running the football, but most importantly, just dominating the offensive line, getting whatever they need.
Controlling that line of scrimmage. You're right, Ted. How about those guys up front? Rick, we can never give them enough credit. We've talked about C.J. Cyphries going to IU, Brady Weber on that left side going to Ball State. Charlie Mandebach on that right side, a senior, going to Grand Valley State. T.J. Knight as well.
Yeah, and I think it's Tyler Carey at center again tonight in place of Madden.
PAT kick is good, 27-0. Center Grove leads it, 8:34 to play. We're in the second quarter. Our second quarter tonight being presented by IU Health and by the Skin Lab. And, last week, you're right, we did talk a little bit about that. Center Grove going with the backup center because of an injury. So Lincoln Madden, the senior, getting the start. Looks like the whole O-line is all senior. Cyphries, Weber, Madden, Mandebach, and Knight. And, of course, Rick, they did struggle a little bit with the snaps last week. Knock on wood. Haven't seen that.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that yet tonight.
Yeah, Carey's been much better tonight doing that. But you're right. I mean, we talked about that in the scrimmage a couple of weeks ago. That should be a strength for this Center Grove team. Obviously, is that all senior front offensive line, and just the size of those guys is just unbelievably massive. So Cypress and Weber leading that crew on the left side.
So they're going to assess the penalty here on the kickoff. He's going to kick it at the Giant 40-yard line, not the Center Grove 40, the Giant 40.
Or will he might just go with a little pooch kick here and see if he can land it on about the...
Yeah, that's a 45-yard line. That would be a 20-yard penalty. Yeah. It's a 15-yard penalty. Good catch, Sean Guilfoy, our spotter tonight.
Former kicker and punter
that's
Sean
right.
Guilfoy.
That's right. Center Grove, Wabash, Little Giants, right, Sean? There we go.
He was a golfer and a punter at Wabash. That guy could do it all.
What'd you shoot today, Sean? 76.
Yeah. Braggart.
We'll talk to Ted Kitchell about his golf outing. Another successful golf outing. We'll talk to him about his golf outing coming up at halftime on a Race Going Auto Group halftime show. Let's see if he puts it through the uprights. I think he did. Yes, Cornprop says, give me 3. Well done, young man.
He's like, that's the easiest touchback I'll get all year.
So that's 45 plus 10, that's 55 yards. Well done. So they'll set up camp at their own 20.
I would rather see him squib it to about the 15 or 10 or 15 yard line and see what they could make out of it. But so many teams, even in the pros, when they get a penalty like that, they just boom it into the end zone.
8:34 to go. We're in the second quarter, 27-0. Center Grove with a commanding lead over the Marion Giants here at Race Going Stadium. 2025 home opener for the Trojans. Center Grove 2-0 on the young season. Marion at 1-1. Jones drops back across the middle. He really throws a nice ball. There's a penalty flag, going to be interference against the Trojans. Number 2 was the intended receiver, Bledsoe.
I don't know how that's the guy that threw the flag over there that's on the sidelines in front of that. Man, I thought that was a good coverage there, but
they're going to put that one on Nathan Yoder. He said he got there a little bit too soon. Pass interference, football at the 35. 15-yard penalty. Jones, clean pocket. Airs it out.
Yeah, he heard footsteps again. Those linebackers were blitzing. Frankie Hayes again.
Led Jones, actually Barnes, too much.
Hayes and Paxton have done an outstanding job tonight. Whenever they've needed them to rush, and they blitz, they do a nice job of getting there. If not, they've done a nice job of taking the run away from Marion. So both those guys, outstanding job.
Also, Keaton Van Getz.
Yeah, you're starting to see some
Junior.
of those backups come in a little bit for Center Grove. Epperson's in at linebacker 41.
Van Getz was putting pressure on Jones. Jones, he'll give the handoff, and it's a nice run, almost first down. Johnson gets it to the 42-yard line. Vinny Hayes with the tackle. 7 yards for Johnson. 3rd and 3 for the Giants. Jones, again, he's going to hand it off.
Didn't get it.
Just short by about a yard. Johnson again with the carry to the 44. Brings up 4th and 1. Giants going for it, down 27 zip. Why not? The quarterback, he's going to take it this time. He fakes the handoff. The Trojans trying to stop that forward momentum. He's got a good forward lean again. He's good size.
Had him in the backfield, but then let him stretch it. Oh.
No measure, no look.
Wow, that ball shy of the 45 too.
They're just automatically saying first down. No measure, no look, just say first down. He got 1 yard. Coach Moore having a conversation with the near side line official, saying maybe they should have taken a little longer look at that. Jones, deep drop. Looking for 0 Barnes. Again, just high with his passes.
Pass intended for Logan Barnes, incomplete.
Not able to step into his passes and get that good follow through. Everything seems to be sailing high on it. Watch the replay by Reese Restoration.
Goins on the coverage.
Goins with the coverage.
Well, I feel like they think they have an advantage, being able to jump up and catch the football, so they're playing it high or throwing it high. And the last couple, they've just been too high.
Again, good protection. That one might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage by the Trojans. Incomplete pass. Coverage by Vinny Hayes.
Incomplete. Vinny Hayes on coverage.
Bledsoe, the intended receiver. 3rd and 10 for the Marion Giants.
Now we'll see if Coach Daniels dials up a blitz on 3rd and long here to kind of get Jones uncomfortable in that pocket.
The toss to Johnson.
Good tackle. That's Ane.
Charlie Ane, open field tackle. Takes him down at the 47, 2 yards for Johnson.
And he closed quickly from that safety position. You see number 8 coming fast, and boom.
4th and 8 for the Giants.
Let this clock wind as long as they can before they actually, there's still no way that they're going for this. 8's their punter. Yeah, there's 8 seconds left. They're going to probably call a timeout here. 3 on the play clock. Timeout, Giants.
So let's go back to our Dan Gandalf Financial Services scoreboard. We have 27-0 here at Ray Skillman. Center Grove leading Marion. Zionsville leads Westfield 3-0. That's in the second quarter. East Central at Lawrence North. Wildcats 12-7 over the Trojans, second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Columbus North shutting out Southport 27-0. Warren Central blowing out North Central in a mid contest in the second quarter. Fisher's winning big at Noblesville in the HCC second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Decatur Central with a lead of a touchdown over Whiteland there, 16-8. And Pike and Ben Davis tied at 7 apiece. Again, Ben Davis will be here next Friday night to take on Center Grove. Cathedral being shut out by St. X of Ohio. Chittard at home leads Rock Valley. That's a baseball score, 5-3.
Is that on the strength of a 3-run homer after the 2-run double for Chittard?
And then Brownsburg is blistering Franklin Central 35-0. 4th and 8. What's the call? Zero. He's in there. He's the punter. Zero's actually the punter. Barnes, he's going to punt. At least they're going to line up to punt.
Well, 8's their normal punter, but was it 0?
It's been 0 tonight. 8 is on the 2 deep, but 0's been punting tonight, and he's got it blocked.
Oh, man.
It doesn't take much of a roll. It looked like if somebody for Center Grove got a piece of it, they're going to mark it at the 41-yard line, at the CG 41.
Whatever play call that is, to have your punter roll out and hit the back of your lineman.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Did he hit maybe number 75?
First of all, he was only about 8 yards from the line of scrimmage. I mean, usually when you punt, you want to be about 12, 13, even 15 yards. Give yourself plenty of time to kick the football, but he had no time, and then he ran right down the line of scrimmage. I mean, no wonder why he got it blocked.
So a great field position for the Trojans from their own 41-yard line. That went 11 yards on that last punt. Pass complete to a New Jersey number. That's number 81. We're starting to see a lot of faces. This is Reese Oliver. He's a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds with a 12-yard reception. So, gentlemen, we are starting to see more players in for Center Grove.
I like that play call and play design.
I do too. That's beautiful.
Running back out the flat like he's the guy that you're going to throw a quick screen to. That causes those linebackers and those DBs to come up and think that that's where it's coming, and then boom, you slip Oliver down there for a big gain.
Give him 12 yards on that last play. Trojans run the football with Hudson Winkler. He'll be spotted at the 44, 3 yards.
Got some new guys on that offensive line as well, especially on that left side. 65 is in. That's Lincoln Coombs.
Oscar Sloan, quarterback, still in the ball game. Winkler puts on the brakes, finds an opening, turns it up, gets it to the 40, 4 yards for Hudson Winkler. Winkler's a junior, 5'10", 190 pounds. He collects 4 yards to bring up 3rd and 3. 4.5 minutes left to play until halftime. We'll have a race going on, a group halftime show coming up in just a moment. The band will be performing here at halftime. Again, Ted Kitchell will be talking about his golf outing from a couple of weeks ago.
58, Parker Hutchins is in as well on that left side. There comes Ricky
Lange, first down and then some.
Oh my, he gone
down the sideline, touchdown, Mr. Excitement. 40-yard touchdown run for Ricky Lange. That's his first.
That was a good move.
He just jumps again. Boom. Wow. Guy's going for his ankles, and then the thing is, Ted, once he hit the ground after that little jump, he didn't break stride at all.
Yeah. Wow.
$33-0, all Center Grove.
We saw that all last year, Kevin and I did, when he played for the freshman team.
Should they go for 2?
I know why you want to go for 2 here. It's the old magic 35 number there that you need for a running clock in the second half. Still got 4 minutes left.
Should we blame Dallas for missing that first PAT kick?
I mean, you're a kicker guy. You never blame. I'm surprised you didn't blame the snapper,
well,
the holder,
it could have been the
wind, the band, whatever else you were going to blame over there.
The snap was a little bit off.
Here we go. Here we go.
They probably didn't quite get it on that block, the kicking block. 34-zip, all Center Grove. Yes, there is a running clock. Once you get to 35 or more points, running clock in the second half.
we saw Lange all last year as a freshman just make a lot of those electric plays there, and he just looks so much. I talked about this in the scrimmage when he had a couple touchdowns against Brownsburg. You can tell he's been in the weight room a little bit, and he hasn't lost any of that speed. He's probably gained, I would guess, 20 pounds, 25 pounds from last year as a freshman, and man, he gives that offense even more options there and some dynamics with that speed.
Take a moment to thank our good friends at Texas Roadhouse for our pregame meal tonight. George Hill and his wonderful staff took care of us tonight.
That was fantastic. Had steak. Of course, I don't know if we should say this over the air or anything like that, but I'm going to, so sorry. Steak, shrimp, mashed potatoes, corn, rolls, of course. Oh, my gosh, it was fantastic. For all of us except the one person in this booth that doesn't like shrimp. You guys know who that is? Mr. Meat and Potatoes over there, Austin.
Executive
Tyke.
producer Austin Tyke. And another touchback for Dallas Corn Propes. And there's a flag after the play. A Center Grove player got tripped up by one of the Marion players. Could be a unsportsmanlike conduct type penalty. No, big thank you to George and his great staff at Texas Roadhouse here in Greenwood, taking care of us tonight. Might need to take a nap at halftime after that big meal. Just saying.
I mean, if you're going to be talking to Ted, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Not that Ted doesn't entertain me, but I was at his golf outing, so what he's going to talk to you about, I was there.
You already experienced it.
Yeah, I didn't play very well at his outing. Now, Mr. Guilfoyle over there, Mr. Professional Golfer, he was much better. He carried me in my foursome the entire day.
So there's a penalty against Marion.
It's not what you want to do whenever you're already backed up to the 20, is back you up even more.
So the football's at the Marion 10-yard line. 4:05 to play. We're in the second quarter. 34-0 Center Grove.
Is that rain? It is rain. Look over at the lights.
Rain here at Ray Skillman Stadium.
Sorry,
I did not have that on my bingo card tonight.
Yeah, cheerleaders.
We even had the weather forecast on the video board before the game tonight from Channel 13. Did they mention anything about rain?
They had a little raindrop there. So
okay. Well, good for him.
Not their fault.
Football complete to the 19-yard line. 9 yards for the Giants. I thought we were going to have a great evening of football weather-wise.
I mean, it's still great inside this booth right here. It's dry.
No complaints here. Yeah, looks like some pop-up showers coming through. So we might have to play with some rain here in the second half. Second down and 1.
He doesn't have a first down there unless he gets a great spot.
Johnson with the carry. He is short. Back to the 19. No gain. 3rd and 1 here for the Giants. When in doubt, Tim Jones, the senior quarterback, a lot of times he likes to fake that handoff and just run in behind his running back. Let's see if he does that to try and get that 1 yard. And
he did.
He is so big and strong and powerful. Again, he's 6'3", 190 pounds, and he does get the first down. He just gets it across the 20 to the 21. Give him a couple of yards. We're inside 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Jones to 0, coming back to the ball. I guess it hit the ground.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass. Logan Barnes was the intended receiver. Manning Poston on the coverage. The ball hit the ground, popped up to Poston. If it didn't hit the ground, it would have been an INT, but it hit the ground. So incomplete pass, second down and 10.
Ted's right. He's just kind of throwing it up there and seeing if his wide receivers can go make a play. Had that one long completion there in the first quarter that got them down to the 20 before they turned it over.
Fakes the pitch.
It's a good run there.
Well done by the senior quarterback, Tim Jones.
Tim Jones on the
To the
quarterback,
29-yard line, 8 yards for Jones.
Elijah John on the tackle. Third down.
DeYoung on the tackle for the Trojans. Third and a couple for the Giants. Wide receiver Bledsoe coming on late with the next play.
That means they're going to run the ball because nobody else knows what they're doing. He didn't
Tripped
get
up.
that.
Lincoln Bright trips out the quarterback. He's just short on the first down. 1 yard for Jones.
It is fourth down.
4th and 1 the call for Coach Chambers.
On your own 30-yard line. You're going to let this one run all the way down, too, I'm sure, before he takes his last time out of the half. Or maybe not.
In shotgun formation. Jones, I don't know. Did he get enough? Maybe on that.
Well,
As he was tackled, he kind of went forward, but it might be a half yard or so short.
I think he's short.
Neither one of those guys gave a good. Yeah, they're not even. I think his knee went down on about the 29, and then he tried to reach. So, Center Grove gets a stop. You got a minute 23 left, and all 3 of your timeouts on their 30-yard line.
Kobe Cherry on the tackle.
Kobe Cherry getting credit for the tackle. Turnover on downs. Center Grove with the football at the Marion 30. 1:23 on the clock. We're in the first half.
And that rain has stopped.
34-0 Trojans. Sloan still in at quarterback. I believe, is that Biggerstaff in the backfield? It is Biggerstaff. Pass complete to Timmons.
He was wide open.
Took off before he had it in the hands. Catch and then run.
They had 2 guys go with Don Barry down the middle of the field, and Timmons was wide open there, and you're right. His eyes got big, and he would have had a good 10, 15 yards there on that one.
Play action, Oscar with time. Directing traffic, still looking.
Throw it away.
Now he's just trying to throw it away. He's out of the pocket. He got it back to the line of scrimmage, I believe, or did he not?
I don't think he did, but
I think you got to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
is that what they're looking at?
Yeah, that's going to be a flag. This is going to be grounding. He didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage. So our second quarter tonight being presented by the Skin Lab. Discover your best skin yet at the Skin Lab, offering modern aesthetic treatments in a welcoming space where you're treated like family. Call 317-743-8997 or book online at theskinlab.com.
I think that sponsor's got a lot of opportunities up here in this group of CG Sports Network folks to really see if their products can work on us, Kevin.
Well, you're saying we'll put him to the challenge, right?
Absolutely.
Lost cause, maybe?
My wife's been wanting me to look like, Tom Cruise and some others for about 28 years of marriage.
Well, she needs to give the Skin Lab a call. Get you a gift certificate.
There we go.
So it is against the Trojans, again, grounding. Football at the 43.
Yeah, that's where he threw the pass. So loss of down plus, so 3rd and 23.
Sloan goes underneath. Youngs with the catch to the 20, 15, makes a move to the 10, spin, to the 5, touchdown. Oh my, what a play by this freshman, Roman Youngs.
Wow, how's that for the first varsity touchdown for that young man? Look at that highlight play here, Ted.
Here we go. Does a nice job jumping the pile, cut back to the middle, touchdown.
Roman Youngs, 43-yard reception for a touchdown. His first career TD for the Trojans.
Well, and you could tell whenever they kind of cleared both of those wide receivers out on the right side here, and then he just brought Youngs across the middle of the field, and when Sloan hit him, like, I don't think anybody's going to catch him. He got down to the 15, and then he made that fantastic spin move there to get into the end zone for the final 7 yards. Well, there's your 35 points.
And then some.
Kevin.
41-zip Trojans. Corn Propes good on the PAT kick. 41-0 all Center Grove. 54 seconds to play in this opening half. We will have the running clock for the second half.
Barring a Marion touchdown in the last 54 seconds.
That is a good point. Center Grove football being presented in part by Allstate. John Bontrager, planning for your future. Allstate representative John Bontrager in Greenwood offers personalized financial services for your unique needs. Call 317-888-3200 today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Timmons got his first varsity touchdown. Young's got his first varsity touchdown. Sloan's got his first 2 varsity touchdowns passing. Pretty good first half for several guys.
Ricky Lange, first rushing touchdown.
He didn't have one. I thought he had one in the first 2 games, but he didn't.
I don't believe so. His first varsity rushing touchdown. Corn Propes drives this one into the end zone for a touchback.
Getting stronger with that kick. A little bit of a wind going from north to south maybe. But still, he's been pretty strong. Obviously, the one before that, he had some help with the kicking off a 15-yard penalty against Marion.
Center Grove volleyball, nice win last night. Rick Embry, you and I were on the call. 3-0 sweep over the Franklin Grizzly Cubs.
Yeah, Franklin came in 9-1 on the season, and Center Grove absolutely took it to them. Good to snap a 3-game skid there for Coach Gandalf Hawk and her Trojans. A couple 3 tough ones tomorrow down at the Providence tournament.
Center Grove boys tennis off to a great start, undefeated, ranked number 9. We'll have Center Grove boys tennis 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Hosting the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Will be there with the live stream in the morning of that contest. And that's 41, Reese Epperson, senior linebacker, make a tackle. Drops him for a 1-yard loss at the 19.
Marion going to have to snap this one more time before they head to the locker room. About 7 seconds difference.
Whistles.
Of course.
Penalty against the Giants. False start against the Giants. Football at the 14. 28 seconds left in this first half.
Well, if they jump off false start one more time, then the clock will just completely run out.
Clock is running. One final snap. Jones takes off, and now with the pitch, Center Grove smothers the running back at the 16.
Yoder, I think, on that tackle. That'll take us to halftime.
Great opening first half. Dominating performance by the Center Grove Trojans, leading Marion 41-0. Our Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show is up next. That's the Center Grove Trojan football presented by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Closes in days, not weeks.
Well, it looks like the hometown team of Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lenders is running some really great plays.
Yeah, Walker. It is the winning combination of in-house processing and underwriting, along with providing 5-star customer service that gets you to the closing table fast.
It's pretty evident that Bailey & Wood is the winning team for all your mortgage needs.
Mortgages and snacks.
Yeah.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
We're at halftime here at Reese Stadium. Center Grove with a dominating performance here in the first half, leading 41-0 over the Marion Giants. Kevin Conrad, joined by Ted Kitchell. It's time to talk about Ted's wonderful golf outing that he's had now. Is this your 6th or 7th year, Ted?
I think this is our 7th year.
Swinging for Parkinson's, raising money for Parkinson's. Ted's been battling Parkinson's now for several years, and he's always had this great golf outing. So, Ted, I wasn't able to attend this year, but just tell us all about it.
Well, I mean, first of all, it takes a lot of work, and thank God I've got a wonderful wife, Christy, who really does a lot as far as getting volunteers and, getting the Chick-fil-A people to take care of lunch. And between her and my daughter, Mackenzie, they kind of run the whole thing the day of the golf outing. But most importantly, we have to thank our friends, our neighbors, the people of Center Grove who've always got behind us, and we usually have a very good following, usually 160 to 180 players, and we're able to raise a lot of money. We have a lot of silent auction items, thanks to French Lick. They always give, a number of days in golf outings and stuff like that. And but most importantly, it's just the people of Center Grove, our friends and our family have gotten together. We've been very fortunate to be able to do the things that we've been able to do, and we've raised over $700,000 in this now the 7th year, and we just are very thankful to have had the opportunity to do that.
So, Ted, Tell us about some of the special guests that were on hand this year at the golf outing, besides Rick Embry and Aaron Holt.
Yeah, I was going to say they were probably the headliners. But Mr. Whitman was there. He's always there, my roommate from college and best friend. And he and his family always come up and play in it. Tom Abernathy, Steve Green, Joe Hillman, number of obviously the IU contention. And we just had a great time, and we've got a lot going on with the Parkinson's. I'm going to meet with the head surgeon for Parkinson's on the 29th of September, and we're looking forward to doing one of the operations where it takes a lot of the shaking that comes with Parkinson's in your hands and your arms and things like that. It takes that away. And so I'm very excited to sit down with the surgeon, talk to him, and see if we can't get done as quickly as possible. And then maybe I can get back to playing golf once in a while and doing some of the things I enjoy doing.
I say, Ted, I talked to you a couple of weeks ago about that, and I know golf's very important to you, and you said that this past summer it's been affecting the golf game more so than ever.
Yeah, I mean, the main things it affects is I still hit the ball pretty good and everything, but when it comes down to chipping and putting and scoring shots, it just it kind of takes a little bit of your touch and feel away. So I'm very excited to have this operation. I've talked to numbers of people who have had it done, and they come out of the operating room and all of a sudden they had a hand or an arm that would shake all the time. Now all of a sudden the surgeon could control the shaking, and he could take it all the way down to where it doesn't shake at all. So I've had nothing but great results as far as people that have done the operation, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity to do it very soon.
I think that's the cool thing, Ted, to me, is obviously we have a great time when we've come over there and played in your golf outing, but knowing that money that you're raising is going specifically to help people like yourself and others with those new treatments and those new surgeries and that kind of stuff, I think that's an awesome thing. And obviously I think you've talked about in the past, the first 6 years, you guys have raised $60,000-$70,000 a year on this golf outing, and that's just an unbelievable amount of money to go towards that research.
Yeah, it really is, and that's exactly it. I mean, we started this thing out. We were at Mom and Dad's for Thanksgiving, and I don't know, it just kind of came up and said we ought to do something, and then the next thing I know, we're sitting down with a number of the neuro people downtown Indianapolis and the IU health people. And so we were able to get it started and kind of got an idea of how you go about doing it. And we've actually gotten to we're very efficient, and we get the people around the golf course. We have a tremendous amount of silent auction items. And again, it's all because of people like yourselves that come each and every year and spend the day with us, and we're able to give that money. Like he says, we've over $700,000, and we look forward to having a bigger and better event next year.
And every year you have it over there in Greenwood. I know they're very, very hospitable.
Well, the people at Vala Vista have been very, very good to us, and I mean, they look forward to having the event. As I said, we have, it's the biggest event they have each year, and we have about 180 people that come, and so it's a big event, and they do their volunteers have been fantastic. As I said, Christy does an outstanding job getting a lot of her friends to come, and then just our friends and neighbors who support us. And like I said, Whitman comes up from Naples every year and he plays, and a lot of the other IU contention, and we've just had great support, and we're very, very thankful for it.
Ted Kitchell, appreciate you sharing some of those great stories with us again here at halftime this year, and I'm glad the golf outing was a huge success once again this year. And also, I recall that day it was beautiful weather. A lot of times the weather helps a lot.
It's been so hot all summer, and that day it was 70 degrees and a nice breeze, and thank the Lord, because that's another thing with the Parkinson's. When the heat and Parkinson's don't work together very well. So it was very, very nice to have a 70-degree day.
Well, thank you, Ted, for sharing those that great story with us. And again, I'm glad you're raising all that money for Parkinson's. That's just awesome.
Thank you very much, Kev. I appreciate whatever you do, and look forward to continue it.
Well, we're at halftime. It's 41-0. Center Grove leads Marion, and I just had the statistics handed to me from the first half. And once again, gentlemen, Oscar Sloan, his efficiency with the passing, 10 of 11, 157 yards, and he now has a couple of touchdowns for the season, his first 2 varsity touchdowns of his career. How about Roman Young's 4 catches, 82 yards, a touchdown. Kate Timmons, 3 catches, 43 yards, a touchdown. On the ground game, Reese, 8 carries, 79 yards, couple of touchdowns, I should say. Ricky Lange, 3 carries, 45 yards, 1 touchdown, and Hudson Winkler, 3 carries, 32 yards. So the Trojans are getting it done in all phases tonight.
Well, Sloan again, I think last week, Kevin, you were talking about at halftime last week, I think he was 13 for 14 for about 100 yards. Tonight he's 10 for 11 at halftime with 157 yards. So he's taken a couple shots deep and been successful on those, and then got a lot of 5 to 10 yard passes that his running backs have done a good job of taking it quite a distance. Just Youngs isn't a running back, but he caught one across the flat and then took off for his first varsity touchdown. So good balance by those guys. Obviously, those guys have come out and listened to their coaches this week and have just come out and taken care of business going into halftime, and now you're probably going to see a lot of JV kids in the second half for the remainder of the game.
And for the Marion Giants, their quarterback, Tim Jones, pretty much the entire offense, 3 for 13 passing, 68 yards, and on the ground, 14 carries for just 3 yards. What we're going to do is take a break. Then after the break, we'll have the second half for you. It'll be a running clock. Center Grove leads at 41-0 over Marion here at halftime at Ray Skillman Stadium in the home opener. Tonight's game being presented by IU Health. This is the Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show.
It's absolutely special, obviously, to have a kid in the Super Bowl and to have a kid win a national championship in college.
Play in the NFL. That's every little kid's dream when they step on a football field. But just being able to get to that, that opportunity and moment, especially being with the Chiefs, like I was saying, it's just been a blessing. And Coach Moore, all my family, and all my friends around me too have helped me along the way.
Ever since I stepped foot off of Center Grove, I've definitely heard from, honestly, I'd say thousands of people from around this community, and I've just felt so much love from them. It's been great.
We have a great professional community because our parents are caring and our parents understand the importance of Center Grove. So many great schools come here to recruit, and everybody asks me, well, why would these great academic schools come here? Because they know they get the best student athletes. Center Grove teachers are the best teachers, and they teach college prep classes.
I feel like with Center Grove, I feel like you just set at a higher standard just from everybody, and it kind of just pushes you to want to be the best version of yourself.
Man, it's just been an amazing opportunity just to grow up in this, this type of area. Even since we were young, all the families, parents, moms and dads have been there for everybody.
That family atmosphere where everybody takes care of everybody and we don't really worry about what's outside of our community. It's just we take care of ourselves so well.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for the support. It means the world to me.
There's a great community and a great atmosphere just for everything you do in Center Grove. I feel like everything you do, you have a great mindset, and it just all the people you're around, you feel like you're loved and you're supported by everything you do.
I love that they're humble, and I love that they still love to practice. But what I love the most is they're just the greatest young men of all.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Simple moments, ordinary experiences. They happen every day. Each one of them small, yet make our lives special. Maintained by a company that cares about you. Everyday moments like these brought to you by Peterman Brothers, where great service runs in the family.
Our car wash remembers your car's quirks better than your favorite barista remembers your coffee order. Delivering a wash experience as smooth and effortless as your morning latte.
Back inside Reese Stadium on the Reese Going Auto Group halftime show. 41-0, Center Grove leads the Marion Giants. I don't know if Marion will want to come back. This is the first time they've ever played Center Grove in football, and Trojans look very, very strong here in the first half. And Austin, let's go ahead and take a check of our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard. Big night of high school football. Halftime, Brownsburg shutting out Franklin Central 35-0. Carmel putting up some points as well this year. Third quarter now, they're leading Centerville, Ohio 35-0. Also in the third, HSC in a close one, 14-7. They lead the Avon Orioles. Also in the HCC, Westfield now moves in front of Zionsville in the third quarter, 13-3. Both those teams coming off losses last week. Lawrence North in the MIC taking on a non-conference opponent, East Central. It's 12-7 in the second quarter. At halftime, Columbus North blowing out Southport. Conference Indiana matchup. Warren Central at halftime blowing out North Central 49-0. Fisher's winning big at Noblesville 35-3. That's at intermission. Decatur Central Mid-State Conference at halftime leading the Warriors at Whiteland 22-8. Ben Davis at home leading Pike 17-7. That's at intermission. And Cathedral still struggling to score points. They were shut out last week by Brownsburg, just 3 points in the first half. They trailed St. X out of Ohio 17-3. Chittard at halftime, leading the Roncalli Royals 19-3. And here at Ray Skillman Stadium again, it's 41-0 all Center Grove at the moment against the Marion Giants.
So Cathedral has scored 11 points in 10 quarters. And last year I thought their offense was pretty good, and it was young guys. The quarterback's back, that running back is back, but I think they've lost a big chunk of their offensive and defensive lines from last year, and that obviously makes a big deal. So we'll see. They'll probably get right before they come down here to Ray Skillman Stadium.
You see the Cathedral struggling a little bit, obviously, to begin the season. Lawrence North playing a little better tonight, but yeah, those teams will little by little they improve from week to week.
Yeah, that East Central team that Lawrence North is playing is a really good program out there. They're always competitive 4A, and they should be favored in 4A probably with New Pal going up to 5A. So that'll be a tough team. So I figured that one would be close tonight, but. Carmel rolling, Brownsburg rolling. I think those are the two best teams along with Center Grove so far in 6A.
That concludes our Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show. We're ready for the third quarter, being presented tonight by IU Health and by Morgan Insurance Group. And our second half replays presented by Howard Companies. And first time tonight we've seen the kickoff unit here for the Marion Giants. Carlos Alvear, he's a junior. He'll kick it off. Trojans should have solid field position. Get your roster out. A lot of new faces here for the Center Grove Trojans. These are the young men you're going to see playing tomorrow at Carmel in the junior varsity contest. A lot of subs for Coach Moore.
Yeah, we'll get, I'm assuming, backup quarterback Wishmeyer in, Evan Wishmeyer, freshman. You got 35 in the backfield. That's Owen Oliver. He's actually a senior.
Wishmeyer looked impressive so far in his first couple of starts in JV games on Saturday. Football at the Center Grove 35.
There's Oliver. He gets outside. Oh, Evan's going to come back from the hold.
Yeah, unfortunate. He had a great run here to the near side. There's a flag at the 36. This one will come back.
Oliver on the carry. There is a flag on the play.
Owen Oliver, he's a senior running back, 5'9", 160. So the observation from Sean is that Drake McClurg is back on the sideline with crutches. He was injured in the first quarter tonight. If you had not heard, it appeared to be his right knee. Was unable to get off the football field under his own power. Needed some help. So we just wish and pray all the best for Drake McClurg. Football now goes back to the 25 following the penalty against the Trojans. Evan Wishmeyer, freshman, 5'9", 135-pound quarterback in the gun. He's got a good arm. Man, middle of the field. He's open. He makes the catch. Still on his feet, finally driven down. With the reception, that's Andrew Sampaio, junior wide receiver, 5'11", 150 pounds.
Yeah, watch this right here, and you could see, Ted and I saw it, that Sampaio just ran by the safety, and Wishmeyer put it on the button there, and big gain for the junior wide receiver, Sampaio. And how about that for your first varsity throw? What did that go for? About
55 yards.
55 yards. Nicely done, young man.
All the way to the Marion 20-yard line. Wishmeyer now hands it off to 12, and he's going to go to the end zone. That's Brody Tilton. He's a junior running back, pretty much untouched. 20-yard touchdown run.
20-yard touchdown run, number 12, Brody Tilton.
Big hole, and then Tilton made a nice little cut back there to get to the pylon. So 2 plays, 65 yards, and Center Grove's in the end zone.
Well, that was a good read option play. He really hung in there with the running back, and then when he pulled it back, kick is up and good.
Gilstorf.
Yeah, Brooks Gilstorf, sophomore kicker, puts through the extra point. He's your JV kicker. his first point as a varsity kicker. Makes it 48-0 Trojans.
Hey, most importantly, we're going to have to check the old Hobbig coffers here on how much that he owes the athletic department after tonight. He might have to come in and work in the office on tomorrow or maybe even Sunday if Center Grove puts up a couple more. So I don't know what his hourly rate is. I haven't, thankfully, had to go in there.
Hobbig Injury Law, he's donating, $10 per Center Grove touchdown tonight.
That's 7
back
TDs.
to the Center Grove High School Athletic Department. How many touchdowns?
7 touchdowns so far. So, and then you got another 5 per extra point as well coming from somebody else as well.
Let's see. We got State Farm. Eric Kwiatkowski's donating $5 for each extra point kick tonight. Corn Probst did miss the first one, though.
That's a good
That's
point.
going back to the Center Grove Education Foundation.
So that's by my tallies, and I didn't even have to take my shoes off for this. That's about $100.
That is $100. Ted, I'm pretty impressed with this Purdue guy.
Oh, so I've always been very impressed.
Ted's speechless. First time ever.
Let's see who's going to do the kickoff. Will this be the freshman? It is. 97.
I don't have 97 on my roster.
Well, that's the freshman. I'm drawing a blank. I have to get my freshman roster out, but he in the freshman games he's done,
you're right.
He's done some touchbacks almost. He kicks this one to the 10-yard line, and Marion with a nice return down the sideline, that far side of the field.
You're right. He has had some nice kicks in the freshman games that we've done. Kevin's going to pop up the freshman roster here and
I'm just drawing a blank. I should know. Of course, I left my freshman roster at home.
See some of those JV defenders as well in this first possession. Biergard is in at linebacker 21. Nick Eckhart, number 90.
So I think it's Tyler Loudon, the freshman 97 that did that kickoff.
Nice tackle there. That's 23. Elijah Young.
James Johnson on the carry, tackled by Elijah Young.
Football to the 34-yard line. 3 yards for Johnson. I tell you, you look at the clock every so often, you're like, wow, where did the time go? You just forget with this running clock how quickly it goes. The pitch to Johnson.
Nice play again.
James Johnson on the carry again.
It's from the safety position. I think that's Story, isn't it? 15.
Braylon Story, sophomore, 6'2", 180. Coach Moore has talked about Story to us on Saturday football. He's real impressed with this young man. He's also a baseball player.
Yeah, Coach Moore was talking about him after that week 1, or during that week 1 game, how much he is very impressed, very athletic kid.
James Johnson on the carry.
Johnson carries for the Marion Giants, gets 3 yards. Going to bring up 4th and long.
On the tackle.
Aaron Smith, also a JV player that we've talked a lot about on Saturdays with the tackle. 4th and 5. The Giants are going for it. Under duress, rolling right, pumps. Nice fake, but I think he's going to be short.
Yeah, he's short.
He tries to dive for the first down, but I think Tim Jones, the senior quarterback, might be just a yard short. He had to get it to, the 40. I think he's at the 39. He gets 3 yards. It will be a turnover on downs.
Good job by that JV defense right there. Getting the stop.
Morgan Insurance Group offers auto, home, health, life, and business insurance tailored to your needs at competitive rates. Visit Morgan Insurance Group online at morganinsurancegroup.com to learn more. Morgan Insurance Group, protecting what matters most. 1st and 10 at the Marion 39. Trojans running the ball right up the middle, running at will. another new player. Nope, that's 35. That's Owen Oliver. But this time it stands. His last great run got called back because of a penalty. He gets 13 yards.
Just a quick hitter up the middle, and Oliver, you're right, 2 impressive runs there. Unfortunately for him, the first one got called back. Great gain there on first down.
Wishmeyer in shotgun formation, sticking with the run. Oliver wrestled down to the 20-yard line, 5 yards. Now they'll bring it back to the 21. 4 yards for number 35, Owen Oliver. Already under 5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Emmett Anderson, freshman, in at running back. He's going to take his first varsity handoff. And his first carry is pretty impressive. Carries the Marion defender for some yards. Taken down at the 16, 5 yards.
We've seen him on Saturdays, Kevin. He's kind of the short yardage kind of speedy guy, and now Coach Chambers wants to give that defense. Like I said, a lot of those guys are playing both ways, offensively and defensively, so he's just trying to get them a little breather here, especially with that clock running over halfway through the third quarter now.
So, gentlemen, Center Grove with 40-some players playing in college football, 3 in the NFL. Just your thoughts about the opening weekend. We saw Taven Jackson down at Central Florida. Just a superb performance in his debut. How about Caden Curry against Texas? I think he had 6 tackles, a solo. Was a real captain of that defense against a great win against Texas. So a couple of the all-time greats off to a really good start here in their collegiate seasons.
It's fun to watch those guys. Obviously, Taven came in relief of the starter, and he had that huge game-winning touchdown there where he just absolutely floated it out there perfectly for them. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets a start down tomorrow for Central Florida. And then you're right, Caden's getting an opportunity. That's testament to a guy, and in this day of age where everybody wants to transfer every year and doesn't want to wait their turn, Caden's been behind multiple All-Americans, multiple NFL picks, and he's waited his time till his senior year, and it's off to a good start.
3rd and short for the Trojans. Wishmeyer under center. Hand off to, that's not Carson Steele. That's Wyatt Hudson.
Yeah. That is not Carson Steele.
Carson wore 30, right?
That is correct. That's big shoes to fill there, that number.
6 yards. I know. You just see that 30, and it just takes you right back to the days of Carson Steele now with the Chiefs. Wyatt Hudson, though, does pick up the first down.
What?
To the 10.
I like that number, 30.
It's a really good number.
Number 30.
Anybody any good ever play basketball at IU?
Anybody wear number 30 at IU?
Anybody wear a national championship, All-American, All Big Ten? I'll have to think about that one. Don't have much time, though, with the running clock.
I don't think that person had near the flowing locks that Carson Steele had for the Trojans.
Don't you remember what Ted looked like back in the 80s? He had some hair, man.
They didn't have hair like that down at IU during that coaching staff's regime.
Emmett Anderson, 3 yards. The freshman gets it to the 7. Final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Cuts it back, scores.
Tilton.
Brody Tilton, his second touchdown.
Touchdown round number 12, Brody Tilton.
54-0 Trojans.
Now we're waiting on the kicker. Here comes Gilsdorf.
Gilsdorf will kick the PAT, I believe, or are they going to let 97?
No, they're looking for the block.
Looking for that kicker's block. There we go.
Coach Moore put it on top of his head and then told him to hurry up and get out there before they get a penalty. Wishmeyer holding.
Gilsdorf is good. 55-0 Trojans. Well done. Once again, our second half replay is being presented by Howard Companies. Howard Companies has been paving the Midwest since 1960, delivering top quality asphalt and pavement services, consistently ranked among the nation's top contractors. They're proud to serve Central Indiana. Learn more at howardcompanies.com.
Speaking of Carson Steele and the Chiefs, they're playing over in Brazil tonight, gentlemen. And it's on YouTube, so basically free to everybody. Just go on YouTube. So I just checked the score. Chargers are ahead in the second quarter, 7-0. Maybe that's the only way you can stop Patrick Mahomes is make him play in Brazil.
Gilsdorf will kick off now for the Trojans. His first opportunity to do a kickoff here at the varsity level. Just under 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Gilsdorf boots it away. Inside the 10, scooped up by number 10.
Oh my, what a collision.
Lester. He is hammered.
Oh, I think I got to get a number on that freight train. 38.
Is that Brennan Mullins?
Oh my goodness.
Sophomore linebacker?
Yes.
Mullins. We see him on Saturdays in the JV games.
That makes my old bones hurt watching that. They're going to take over inside the 10-yard line.
Spotted at the 7. We see Keaton Van Gatz here on the right side. Colson Quintana also on the right side of that D-line. Throwing incomplete pass here on the screen. Also we see 62 on that D-line. Jackson Harden. And also Cam Linder in there as well.
One more play here in the third quarter, the quick third quarter.
Handoff. I believe that's Johnson once again, and that will be your final play of the third quarter. All Center Grove in the home opener tonight, leading 55-0 over the Marion Giants. Tonight's game presented by IU Health. This is Trojan football.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Home opener for the Trojans. 55-0, all Center Grove over the Marion Giants. Underway here in the fourth quarter. I tell you, this junior varsity team not missing a beat at all.
That was Epperson again, 41. They've absolutely destroyed him. And
Reese Epperson on the tackle.
it's going to be 4th and long. We'll see if Marion chooses to punt this one away. Surely they're not going to go for it on their own 12-yard line.
It appears they are. 4th and 7. Jones drops back to pass, throwing, and completes for the first down. Number 0, Logan Barnes, senior wide receiver, came back to the ball, made the catch.
Nice diving catch. The first down, Giants.
Jones did a good job with the pass.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and a great comeback and then diving catch there from Barnes.
Number 6 takes the handoff. That's Demetrius Sanders, a freshman. For progress, back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe 1 yard. We'll see. Looks like they're going to put it right back at the 22. Now they'll move it to the 23. So we'll give him 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. Just got a text from Mike Duke of Duke Home. Says he's on his way back from Colorado. He's about 30,000 feet above land on an airplane watching Center Grove football. Mike, welcome in. Appreciate Duke Holmes and everything that Mike Duke does for Center Grove football. We'll have our Duke Holmes post-game show coming up in just a moment. Mike also one of our great sponsors for Saturday football. Van Getz gets his name called over the PA system with that last tackle. Football at the 25, couple of yards for the Giants. Jones drops back, throwing once again to Barnes, and this time a little bit off target. Incomplete pass. So for the Marion Giants, they're going to get the Lebanon Tigers next week. Center Grove will host the Ben Davis Giants. We'll get to our scores in just a few moments.
Yeah, last update had Ben Davis up 17-7 over Pike at halftime, so finally scored a few points.
Well, those updates for you coming up on the Duke Holmes post-game show. 4th down. Looks like the Giants are going to go for it again. 4th and 7 the call. We have 9 minutes left in tonight's ball game. Under pressure, steps up, tries to elude the D-line, does a good job, but trying to throw on the run. He overshoots his receiver. Incomplete pass.
Ryan Micaiah on the coverage. Down, you get a short field for the JV offense here to see if they can put more points on the board.
Yeah, there's Micaiah on the coverage down the field. Center Grove with the football at the 25. '19 brings in the next play. Tyler Welch, junior wide receiver. Freshman quarterback Evan Wishmeyer doing a fine job for the Trojans. He's in shotgun formation. 35.
Oliver.
Owen Oliver. He's got the worst luck. He's had 2 great carries called back because of holding calls.
I don't think there was any doubt on that one since there's 3 flags at that spot there that were thrown. So that's probably an indication it was pretty obvious. Oliver's like, what do I got to do, guys? Come on.
If I had a handkerchief, I think I would have thrown it out the window.
It was a fairly obvious hold. It's like one of those that I remember back in the day at Bantam when you got 1st and 2nd graders out there.
Football at the Marion 35 following the penalty. Our 4th quarter tonight being presented by IU Health and by Kopetsky Auto Wash. 1st and 20.
Yep, movement there. So
somebody moved.
Took off too soon for Center Grove.
It's going to be another 45 seconds off the clock, too, because referee's taking his time with spotting that ball.
Football at the 40 following the 5-yard penalty. Again, the freshman team tomorrow, 9 o'clock at Carmel. JV will follow at around 11 o'clock. Should be a fantastic couple of games tomorrow for the Center Grove freshman and JV teams. 35, that is Oliver. Let's see if they can get a clean run this time without a penalty.
Flags.
He gets it to the 30, 10 yards. Wyatt Hodson, Jr. in with the next play.
Oh, no, we got there's sideline warning.
Sideline warning called against Center Grove, I guess. Five and a half minutes left to go. High snap, good job by Wishmeyer, handles it. Wyatt Hodson skips it outside, he's to the 15, to the 10, there's a flag. It goes into the end zone, but there's a flag at the 13. This appears to be holding against the Trojans. Watch it on the Howard Company's replay, see if you see anything.
Nice job kicking it out, and then right there.
That's not a hold. That is not a hold.
He was blocking the guy.
There's a flag on the play, and it's coming back.
So it is negated by the holding call. Landon Phillips, offensive lineman, checking in for the Trojans. 46, Emmett Anderson in with the next play.
I don't understand. He threw the flag on the
around the 19-yard line. I thought it was the 19.
Well, he threw it and it landed on the 13.
And they're going to put it all the way back
at 36. It's not from the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they said there's a second flag. It was around the line of scrimmage, so there might have been two different holding calls on the play. So a couple of flags. Thank you, executive producer and spotter, for seeing that. Austin Tyke, Sean Guilfoy all over that. There's the freshman, Emmett Anderson, to the 29-yard line, 7 yards.
Another freshman coming in, Cameron Trice. 43.
We're under 4 minutes remaining in this one. Trice in the backfield, the freshman. He's going to take the handoff. Took a step to his right, comes back left. Gets it to the 24-yard line. 5 yards.
Cameron Trice on the carry.
Freshwater with the tackle. Along with Ramirez. Fourth and 9 as we approach 3 minutes in tonight's ball game.
Surprised he didn't have the kicking team come in there and try out the kicking game.
Try a long field goal.
Yeah.
Another high snap. Wishmeyer handles it. Trice trying to get that first down. Coughed it up. Defensive lineman rumbling and stumbling down the sideline. Wishmeyer, the freshman quarterback, makes the tackle. Saves a touchdown. Isaiah Freshwater, senior linebacker, actually, 240 with the fumble recovery.
Tackle made by Evan Wishmeyer. Giants take over.
Well, Marion's best starting position, field position all game long. Hope they don't use their 2 timeouts. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably not going to help them any using a timeout at this point in the game.
At the Trojan 45. 6 with the carry. Demetrius Sanders, freshman. Couple of yards.
Half the defense on the tackle. Second half.
Fakes the handoff, pass. I don't know, was that a backwards pass? He's going to take it down the sideline. He dropped it. Is it an incomplete pass or is it a
I don't know what's
backwards
going on.
pass?
No.
I'd heard a whistle before he got to the end zone, so that must be an incomplete pass.
Oh, yeah, it dropped. It went right through his hands.
So was it a lateral?
No,
Yeah.
no, it was in front of him.
Yeah.
If you say so.
I'd tell you if it was.
That's close.
But even if it was, the refs aren't going to call that. They're just.
So they did blow it dead. Incomplete pass. Third down. 8 yards to go. We're under a minute to play. So again, Center Grove now will move to 3-0. Marion to 1-2. Center Grove back in action next Friday, hosting the Ben Davis Giants. And again, stay tuned on our Duke Holmes postgame show. We'll get you all caught up on our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard, other scores in Central Indiana. See how Ben Davis is doing against Pike.
This should be it. Under 20 seconds now. Oh. He's going to throw it up. Turn around. That's an offensive pass interference.
There is a flag. 2 flags down.
Doesn't matter because the clock's going to run out, but yeah, that's going to be it.
That's the ball game. Final score 55-0. All Center Grove tonight. Very impressive performance.
Oh, they're not going to make them play one more play. Come on.
They're waving the players back on the sideline. They want to call this.
It should have been an offensive pass interference.
He's just going to say decline it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's called against the Center Grove defense. Decline.
Yeah, I think he pointed the wrong way.
Game over.
Game over. Now they can shoot off the fireworks. The band can play, and now the players can go.
Well, good job, guys. I think Center Grove's done a nice job getting off to a good start. They show that they can pass the football. They can obviously run the football. Good offensive line, good defensive line, and I think they got a lot of really good opportunities waiting for them this year.
Ted, we'll see you next Friday night.
All right, thanks so much.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, our Duke Holmes postgame show. Trojans get it done tonight in the home opener, 55-0 over the Marion Giants. Ben Davis up next on Friday, right back here at Ray Skillman Stadium. Trojans 3-0. Marion Giants fall to 1-2. We'll have high school scores and more for you on the postgame. This is CG Football presented by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Back inside Reese Gilman Stadium. Final time tonight. 55-0 the final score. Center Grove over the Marion Giants. Running clock here in the second half. Center Grove perfect on the season at 3-0. Before we talk about tonight's big win for the Center Grove Trojans, Austin, let's go to our Dan Gandoff Financial Services scoreboard. Get everyone caught up on other Central Indiana high school football scores. Final, Brownsburg 35-7, HCC opener over the Franklin Central Flashes. Carmel winning big over Centerville, Ohio, 48-0. Greyhounds still continue to score a lot of points under Kevin Wright and his return back to Carmel. Also in the fourth quarter, this might be one of your best games of the night. HCC game at home, opener for them, and also for Avon and Royals by 3. That's in the fourth. Also in the HCC, Zionsville at home, now losing 27-3. They were up 3-0, so 27 unanswered points by the Shamrocks. That's in the fourth quarter. Lawrence North playing a non-conference game against East Central. I think the Trojans of East Central, are they 4A school?
4A, yep.
Powerhouse in 4A.
I think they're 4A number 2.
Lawrence North winning 25-7. That's in the final quarter. Columbus North, a potential sectional opponent for Center Grove. In the Conference Indiana opener, they're winning big over the Cardinals, 47-0. Orange Central, Mick opener at home, winning big over North Central in the final quarter. And it's a final. Fishers winning big at Noblesville in the HCC, 42-17. And in the Mid-State Conference, Decatur Central leads at Whiteland, 28-8. That's in the fourth quarter. And Ben Davis in the fourth quarter. It's a tight one in the Mick opener for Pike and Ben Davis. Ben Davis 17, Pike 14. Ben Davis coming here next Friday night. In the fourth quarter, Cathedral at home trailing St. X out of Ohio 24-6. Cathedral struggling to score points this season. Chatard Trojans at home leading the Roncalli Royals 26-3. That's in the third quarter. So, Rick, we knew on paper that this could happen, a blowout tonight, and that's what did happen. Center Grove just too good, too strong for the Marion Giants, a team that's 4A, and I applaud Marion for coming here. Not an easy place to play here at Center Grove, but, again, the Trojans, a lot of good things here tonight.
Yeah, they took care of business in that first half, and, you know, the biggest thing that you want to come out of a game like this, and unfortunately Center Grove did not come out of this unscathed with injuries. I mean, that Drake McClurg loss, if it was as bad as it looked, that's a huge loss. That's their best wide receiver. He's been their best wide receiver all of last year and the first couple games of this year. So that's a huge loss. Hopefully it's not as serious as what it looked. But you know what? That's other kids are going to have to step up. You saw Roman Youngs come in and have a long touchdown pass. He's going to have to be more involved in the offense. Cade Timmons, Eli Williams, I mean, all of those guys, Aiden Francis, all of those guys are going to have to get more involved in the offense if Drake is, in fact, out for a little while. So, but I thought Oscar Sloan once again looked really good, Kevin. I think you said 10 for 11 at halftime, and we didn't see him in the second half. Running backs again, all of those guys that came in did a fantastic job. So it was definitely an overmatched opponent, but you took care of business, and you just move on to much tougher opponent next week in Ben Davis.
Also, it was a first for a lot of players tonight. First varsity touchdowns and things of that nature, and that's always a great moment for the players and for their families. It's special to play here under the lights on a Friday night for the Center Grove Trojans. It takes a lot of hard work to get to this point in your career.
Yeah, it's special to play here, Kevin, and on a night like it's senior night, and to watch those kids that have been busting their butt for so many years get the opportunity. Cade Timmons, case in point, his first varsity touchdown out at wide receiver. And I meant to mention this when they were running out. Did you see who was carrying the flag for the football team whenever she came out? That was his sister Ella, who is one of my all-time favorites. I coached her in Lassie League softball. She plays on the softball team, and as they mentioned tonight, she's one of the managers on the football team. Her goal is to go to one of the military academies. So that is it almost brought a tear to my eye when I saw Ella come out, and then to see her twin brother, Cade, get his first varsity touchdown. That's what senior night's all about right there.
Exactly. Special moment. You're right. It was senior night for the football players, also for the Center Grove cheerleaders. Just a great night of football, great weather. We had a little bit of rain, but outside of that, couldn't ask for a better night, and you're right. We just wish and pray for all the best for Drake McClurg. He's a great young man, a great talent, great athlete, but it sure did look pretty bad for Drake on that injury that he suffered, what appeared to be the knee in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get some better news or something like that. Obviously, they'll find out more, and I'm sure they're swelling now, but they'll find out more in the next couple of days. But yeah, we can just, like you said, hope and pray for Drake and Tiffany and Eric and the rest of the family.
Rick, appreciate your work tonight. We'll see you next Friday night for the Trojans and Giants right back here at Reese Stadium.
Sounds good. I'll see you in the morning over at the tennis complex, Kevin. Bright and early at 10 a.m. Breakfast at Center Grove.
Hey, I like it. Sounds good to me. So once again, your final score tonight, 55-0, Center Grove over Marion. The Trojans 3-0 on the season. The Giants fall to 1-2. Tonight's Center Grove football coverage was produced by CG Sports Network. Our presenting sponsor was IU Health. Special thanks to Center Grove Gridiron Club President Aaron Holt, Sponsorship Director Brent Lay, Treasurer Cindy Adams, Executive Producer Austin Tyke, Camera Operators Bill Todd and Sam Venegas, and our spotter tonight, Sean Guilfoy. Center Grove football back in action next Friday, right back here at home, 7 o'clock kickoff against Ben Davis. Again, our next web stream tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, Center Grove Boys Tennis hosting Jeffersonville. Until then, this is Kevin Conrad for Rick Embry and Ted Kitchell saying good night, everyone, from Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School.